Out here in Mesa, Arizona, doing a little day hike up to a place called Praying Hands here in the Superstitions. And it's gonna be a bop. Shooting everything on square with the Bronica. And we are coming up just right below the Superstition Mountains. And it is quite a view. Now, I know in one of my more recent videos, I said I need to shoot more 4x5. So why do I have the Bronica with me? Well, because bringing a 4x5 kit on a plane with enough film and then getting that film through security is a real bitch. So, brought the Bronny. And I could definitely shoot this with 35, but how many millions of 3x2 shots have you seen, right? So why not make it square? It was 75 degrees when I got here. And the high for today is like 103. I definitely don't want to be out here then. Look at this. We got shade. Then we have a big rock to sit on. And we've got some absolutely gorgeous light. Now we're in the shade. There's my big rock I'm gonna sit on. There's the big spire. Oh man, that's nice. It's like an instant temperature drop of like 30 degrees. It's like walking into air conditioning. Oh, that's nice.
When I started this hike, I was kind of thinking that all these shots on Kodak Gold were going to be throwaways. Boy, was I wrong. Kodak Gold is absolutely knocking it out of the park here, and I love how these look.
That rock looks like a bunny rabbit.
If you for some reason struggle with pareidolia, this is the rock I was talking about. Pretty cute, isn't it?
Well, the shade's gone. Time to move. I'm not talking about crazy. That's gold, so it's definitely not gonna hold on to those highlights perfectly, but my shadows are one under. Should be in good shape. Man, that is pretty.
So I said I was worried about Gold 200, and that's because I was shooting straight into the sun. It has a narrow dynamic range compared to Portra, and I was afraid of losing highlight or shadow detail. Clearly, though, that was not a problem.
There is no escaping the sun here. Had about 5 minutes in the shade. Probably should have come an hour earlier, but the light would not be hitting anything, so I guess that's just the cost of it. I can see the hands are getting bigger. that's a cool looking bird. It's got like a really hooked beak. You know, it's gotta be Portra 160. Every time I do this, I feel retarded. Like I've never done it before. Praying hands are right there. All I gotta do is get up here on this top little flat part, and there it is. And I can go back down. Holy. All the way back down, I'm gonna shoot black and white with a red filter, so that'll be fun. I made it. Wasn't so bad, but it's getting a little iffy there. Still gotta get all the way back down, so it's only about a mile out, mile and a half. Shouldn't be too bad, but that, worth it.
Yeah, the hike was definitely worth it. That little trail right there on the right of frame is just... When I planned this hike, this is pretty close to what I was envisioning for one of the frames I wanted to get. Now, I did play a little bit with positive and negative space, or right and left framing of the hands, whatever you want to call it. I really like those mountains in the background. I believe those are the Goldfield Mountains, or maybe more of the Superstitions. Regardless, my only real problem with these shots is I can't decide which I like best.
Ooh, that's a frame right there. That trail, just like that, right there. Yep.
Now, you know when you pre-visualize something and then you perfectly execute it, that little high you get, that's exactly what I got when I scanned this. Just perfect.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
That is the frame I came here for. Perfect timing. All right, time to hike down. What up, lizard? Hiking back down, it is hot. So, sitting under this nice bush, who was kind enough to provide me some shade. I'm gonna swap backs on the Bronica. I have another back that's got Cinestill 250D or BWXX loaded in it. I'm gonna put that on and a red filter. And on my way out, I'm gonna get some cool black and white midday harsh stuff. Okay, this is
cruel and unusual. How do you have a metal bench made of aluminum out here in the middle of the desert as like your resting point? Another 20 minutes, you won't be able to put your hand on that thing. My God. Sit down and your ass will stick to it. Like the trail. But it's also, I mean, what do we got for our shadows here? One hundo. You guys like that metering method? Doing a quick and dirty averaging, because this meter right here is just catching everything, especially the sun. So it's not metering into those shadows. So I'm about 2 stops different, at least on the whole thing. 3 stops. But if I account for my shadows, I can be a little more precise. I keep them 1 stop under this way. Low angle it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Boom. That should yield perfect exposure. That is if this meter works. That's pretty dang close right there. Now, if you weren't picking up on what I was saying there, the meter I have on my camera has about a 30-degree spot, which means it's accounting for a lot of stuff, and it's going to pick up the sun and think the scene is a lot brighter than it actually is, which will give you an underexposure. So what I did was took a meter reading from my shadow next to me to account for shadows and adjust my exposure accordingly. This means instead of using a shutter speed like 1/500th, I used something like 1/125th. Jumping cactus. I'm getting some good detail shots too. No idea what this is going to do with the red filter. It might just look like black on black. I probably could have framed this one a little bit better, but I did get one of the things I wanted to see, which was a totally black sky and a really bright subject. So on my way out, I did get a lot less selective with my shots, and it reflects in the work. But I mostly wanted to make sure I finished the roll before I left, and not have half a roll in the camera still. Alright, I found the perfect way to end this. I have to switch to the 200 to get it though. That poor cactus. Right there, that big saguaro in the middle. He's suffering from solois. And I think it should be documented. All right, I'm about back to the truck now. I think that was a good hike. Very photogenic place. Something new. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different. Maybe if people enjoy them, I'll do more of them. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.